Some places were never meant for humans. Some waters remember what fell from the stars. In the heart of Maharashtra, India, surrounded by dense forest and red earth, lies a lake that shouldn't exist. A perfect circle of water called Lunar Crater Lake. Scientists say it was formed 52,000 years ago when a meteor struck Earth, leaving behind a massive impact basin filled with alkaline and saline water. But the locals, they say the lake is cursed. In the July of 2022, an American researcher named Dr. Lee Mendes, a physicist from New Mexico, arrived in India to study the lake's magnetic anomalies. She had read stories about compasses going haywire, animals refuses to drink the water, and the vanishing of two local fishermen in 2018, whose boat was found drifting, empty, no sign of struggle. She was not alone. Lee was joined by her assistant, Rahul, a local guide with knowledge of the terrain, and a small cameraman crew filming a documentary for a YouTube science channel called Beyond the Frame. They pitched tents just 100 feet from the lake's edge. On the first night of day one, Rahul warned her not to go near the lake after sunset. Ma'am, this lake is alive. Something is in the water. Lee laughed it off, calling it local superstition. But she couldn't ignore what the crew's drone footage captured that afternoon. A strange ripple pattern in the center of the lake, as if something massive was moving just beneath the surface. But there was no wind, no birds, no insects, just silence. When they played the audio back, they heard something impossible. A low humming frequency, followed by a whisper. In Sanskrit, a language Lee didn't know. On the night of day 2, one of the crew members, Aman, went missing. His camera was found near the lake, still recording. The footage showed Aman walking toward the lake in a trance. Then the screen flickered, and the last frame showed him staring into the water, smiling before the camera dropped. No splash, no scream, just the humming, louder this time. Panic spread. Rahul insisted they pack and leave, but Lee refused. We are on the verge of discovering something massive. This lake is reacting to human presence. Not haunted, it's intelligent. But the others didn't share her excitement. By sunrise, 2 more crew members had left. On the night of day 3, it was just Lee and Rahul. She noticed something strange in her notebook. Pages she had not written, filled with cryptic symbols and coordinates. That night, a green mist rolled across the lake surface. The ground began to vibrate, lightly at first, then with force. Cameras shut off, lights flickered, and then a tall, shadowy figure rose from the lake. No face, no features, just long limbs and glowing green cracks along its body, like molten stone. Lee stood frozen, whispering, "It's not from this earth." Rahul screamed and ran into the woods. Lee didn't. She stepped forward, almost hypnotized. Her last words on the audio log were, "I understand now. It fell from the stars, and it is still alive." Authorities found no sign of Lee. No body, no tent, just one drone buried half in the mud, but still transmitting static. Rahul was found 3 days later, delirious, repeating one sentence over and over in Marathi. It was not from the earth. It fell from the sky, and now it has awakened. To this day, locals refuse to go near the lake after dark, and if you are Ever near Loner Lake and you hear a low humming rising from the water, don't look into it because it might just look back. Zara had read a blog buried deep in the internet, a vague post from 2013. My friend vanished near Shushar. The lake took him. Don't camp there at night. There were no comments, no shares, just that single eerie post. She was instantly hooked. She planned a trip with Ali, her younger brother and drone operator. A couple from Islamabad, Sami and Meena, joined them last minute through our travel group. They hired Rizwan, a local guide who seemed hesitant when he heard the camping plan. The soil is very beautiful place, he said softly, but going there after sunset is not allowed. They laughed. Zara smiled into the camera and whispered, "This is going to be great content." The first night was uneventful. Drone shots of vast golden plains, marmots peeking out of the ground, clear skies. They set up two tents near the lake's edge. At night, the wind was still, unnaturally still. At around 2:33, Ali's camera, which was left recording for a time lapse, glitched. A static interference. Then a single frame showed something unsettling, a woman dressed in white standing inside their circle of tents, her face covered by long, wet hair. They didn't know about it yet. The next morning, Sami and Mina's tent was gone. Not empty, gone, vanished. There were no drag marks, no torn fabric, just untouched grass and dirt. Zara screamed their names. Rizwan began chanting something under his breath, some old bulty prayer. He refused to speak after that. Ali checked the camera, found the glitch, found her. Zara was shaking when she watched the frame. The woman was not facing the camera, but her shadow stretched across both tents, longer than natural. They radioed for help, but there was no signal, not in that cursed basin. The next morning, at sunset, they planned to hike out, but at 7:17 p.m., the missing tent returned, not pitched, not placed, just sitting perfectly where it was originally, unzipped, empty, dry. Inside, only one thing was found, a necklace Meena was wearing, tangled in a clump of human hair. Zara vomited. Ali wanted to burn it all. Rizwan whispered, "It always gives back what it takes, but not everything." They left everything behind and hiked through the dark, refusing to look back. Weeks later, when Zara finally uploaded the vlog, she edited out the roast parts. She left the single frame of the woman. In the comments, one user wrote, "I have seen her. I saw her near Satpara Lake, and my cousin never came home." Zara never made another vlog. Ali quit filming altogether, and Sami and Meena still listed as missing. But ask any local, they will tell you the truth. Sheshore takes the curious, but it always returns something, a tent, a camera, or a scream in the wind. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so I can keep bringing you new spine-chilling tales every weekend. Leave a sweet comment below, and if you have a personal experience or a horror story you would like to share, check out the description. You will find an email. You can send us your story on that email. See you in the next story.